The Gina and Matty podcast.
Yesterday, as we were coming off air, we were getting the news coming through. It broke that former One Direction singer Liam Payne passed away at the age of 31. There's a whole bunch of reports going around at the moment, and we thought rather than just speculate, we'll go to someone who knows, someone who's on the ground, who's a European correspondent. His name is Joel Dry. He's from Channel 7 news reporter. Good morning, Joel. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, guys. How are you?
Oh, mate, I wish we were talking to you for better reasons, unfortunately, mate. Where are we at this now? It's almost been 24 hours since the news broke. What are we looking at the moment in the regards to Liam Payne?
Yeah, well, I guess the initial sense of shock is shifting, and we're now asking the questions of how this happened, how it unfolded. And we do have some answers. In the last few hours, Argentinian authorities have released some details from the autopsy on the 31-year-old. It shows that he had 25 injuries that were all really consistent with a fall from a great height, which makes obvious sense. We know that he fell from a third-floor balcony, and it was the head injuries, again, obviously, that were the most serious that ultimately caused his death. Some of the things we don't yet know are what we need to provide more clarity. We're looking for the toxicology report. That will give an understanding of whether or not substances were at play. But on Argentinian authorities, again, they have given some information that drugs and alcohol were found in the Buenos Aires hotel room, a hotel room that was discovered, essentially trash. There was damage to the TV, to the furniture. It was a complete mess. So obviously Liam's final moments were chaotic. They were distressing. But what they're looking for with that toxicology is to give some understanding of whether or not, he was inebriated, whether he was conscious or unconscious. The answer to that question takes you down one of two paths. Was this a suicide, or was this perhaps just a really tragic accident? But I guess however it happened, it doesn't change the fact that it is causing a lot of people around the world distress. We've seen outpouring of grief from his fans in Buenos Aires to here in the UK, right around the world. And actually, in some breaking news, his four band members from One Direction have just released a joint statement. A lot of people were wondering why they hadn't heard. Well, we now know that they were waiting to do this as a cohesive unit. They wanted to make a statement as a collective. And I can read it. It says, "We're completely devastated by the news of Liam's passing. In time and when everyone is able to, there will be more to say. But for now, we will take some time to grieve and process the loss of our brother who we love dearly. The memories we shared with him will be treasured forever. For now, our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and the fans who loved him alongside us. We will miss him terribly. We love you, Liam, Louis, Zayn, Niall, and Harry." So, pretty touching words from guys he spent so much time with. They were a phenomenon. They were a juggernaut. Everyone remembers the One Direction years. Liam had some public and noted troubles since the band broke up, some battles with drug and alcohol. The big question is now whether or not those battles have ultimately cost him his life.
Absolutely, Joel. We really appreciate your time this morning, mate, jumping on the phone and giving us the latest. And we'll keep an eye on 7 News for any further updates throughout the day. That's Joel Dry, Channel 7 reporter there in London, getting the sense on the ground there. And you heard it here first. That is breaking news, a statement from the One Direction team.